Greetings. Imagine, if you will, a world where your relationships felt effortlessly stronger and you understood others on a deeper, more profound level. That's the quiet power of intentional listening. It isn't about being polite. It's about unlocking a transformative ability that can heal divides, build trust, and propel your personal growth into ways you never imagined. Let me explain. Most of us think we're good listeners. But if we're honest, we're just waiting to respond, right? I'm always listening and I'm just thinking, okay, I'm trying to formulate the words to come up and prove my point or stay engaged in the conversation. However, what if the real power in leadership, in relationships, and influence isn't in what we say, but how deeply we listen? Intentional listening isn't about being silent when someone else speaks. It's choosing to be fully present. No phone, no inner monologue, no agenda, just listening to understand, not to respond. Think about it. Think about the last time that somebody truly listened to you. No interruptions, no judgment. You probably felt safe, you felt seen, and you felt understood. How often in this world are we feeling safe, seen, and understood? How many people in your lives that you love do you want them to feel the same way? That's the space that intentional listening offers, okay? Here's a twist. When we truly listen, we don't lose influence, we don't lose power, we gain it because people trust us. Okay, so here's what happens when you engage in intentional listening. You're gonna build trust, it's gonna reveal the truth, and it's gonna transform you. Let me explain. When people feel heard, they open up, the walls come down, and you get to truly learn how to serve them, right? When I'm in conversations, 95% of them revolve around how can I serve you as a leader? How can I serve your business? How can I serve this relationship, right? Well, if you're telling me surface stuff, then I'm just responding to the surface. If I really truly want to be present and have an impact on your life, I need the walls to come down. I need to build that trust. And the best way to do that is to listen. And in listening, I don't necessarily, of course, you're going to catch what's being said, right? But you also catch the fears, the motivation, the energy, the hope, whatever it is behind the words. And that's really where the communication is. And if you can understand what's behind the words, you truly can serve others at a higher level. And then what ends up happening is it transforms you and you become more curious when you hear people, when you're coming into situations where there's volatility, where there's anger and fear, you don't respond with like energy. You become more curious, less reactive, and more grounded. So, how do we do this? Well, like anything else, we got to build the intentional listening muscle, right? Pause before you respond. There is such power in the pause, and I'm going to refer to the pause several times throughout this talk here. When they finish listening, take a breath, right? That pause signals respect and gives you clarity. It helps you get grounded. Sometimes that first thought that comes in isn't always the best thought. Most of the time it's not. Reflect back. Let them know. So this is what I'm hearing. Clarify what their attention, because what you're hearing and what they're saying may be two different things. They may need to clarify it more, or you may need to clarify what you understand more, right? It shows that you're kind of keeping along and you're staying in alignment with where they want to go. Silence. Silence is golden. People talk about nervous silences, or don't rush it. The message comes through in that silence, in that pause. The power of the pause, man, I'm telling you, in that pause, the right words come through. The first words aren't always the right words. Most of the times they're not. Put the phone down, right? There's nothing worse than having your phone in your hand or having it open, because you just our instinct is to just look down, right? Turn the phone over, put it away, put it in your drawer, whatever it is, make sure it's not there and they see that action, right? Let them know you're present. Simple. Watch doing it. Next time you have a conversation with somebody, try that. Put the phone away. Make the decision beforehand that I am going to really listen to them. I really want to hear what they have to say. Pause after they speak. Don't immediately jump into the solution. Repeat what you're hearing to them to let them know that you're tracking the conversation. In a world obsessed with social media, broadcasting, me, intentional listening is a quiet rebellion. It says, you matter enough for me to give my full attention. This simple act changes teams, changes relationships, can change the course of your business, and it can deepen your leadership impact more than ever before. So the next time you walk into a room, don't aim to be the smartest voice. Aim to be the deepest listener. If this hit home, hit subscribe, drop a comment, and just think about it. When was the last time somebody truly listened to you? And how did it feel? Thanks for tuning in. I'm listening.